My name is Emily Parker, and I live in Austin, Texas. If there's one thing I've learned in the last few years, it's that sometimes the biggest regrets don't come from things we did, but from things we said too quickly. I didn't realize how one conversation, one careless agreement, could change the course of my life forever. This is the story of how I lost the man I loved because I thought I was protecting myself, but instead, I walked away from the very person who was meant to stand by me. It all started 3 years ago. I was 26, working as a graphic designer at a small marketing firm downtown. That's when I met Daniel Cooper. He was tall, quiet, and had a way of making everyone around him feel safe, even without saying much. Daniel worked in IT, and the first time I noticed him was when he came to fix my computer. It wasn't love at first sight, at least not the type movies talk about. But there was something about him, his patience, the way he listened carefully before responding, his calmness. I found myself lingering by his desk just to ask questions I already knew the answers to. Eventually, those conversations turned into coffee breaks, and those coffee breaks turned into late-night calls. By the time we officially started dating, it felt like the most natural thing in the world. Daniel wasn't flashy. He didn't make grand romantic gestures, but he was steady. Steady in the way he showed up when I needed him. Steady in the way he remembered the little things, like how I take my coffee or that my favorite flower is a sunflower, not a rose. We spent 3 years building a quiet, beautiful relationship. He met my parents, who adored him. My younger sister would always joke, "If you don't marry him, I will." I laughed, but secretly I thought the same thing. Daniel was everything I wanted in a partner. But as with many stories like mine, things weren't as simple as they seemed. The first cracks began to show when Daniel started doubting himself. He was laid off from his job during a round of company downsizing. I told him it wasn't his fault, that he was smart and capable, and another company would be lucky to have him. But Daniel didn't take it well. He became quiet, withdrawn, and distant. He still cared for me. I knew he did. He would check on me, ask how work was going, but I could see in his eyes that he wasn't really present. I tried everything I could to reassure him. I cooked his favorite meals, planned little weekend getaways, and even helped him polish his resume. But every time I tried to lift him up, he seemed to sink further into his own doubts. Then came the night that changed everything. It was a rainy Friday evening in Austin. I had just gotten home from work, exhausted but excited to spend the weekend with Daniel. He was sitting on the couch, staring at nothing in particular, his face heavy with a sadness I couldn't quite reach. I sat beside him and placed my hand on his. "Daniel," I said softly, "talk to me. What's going on in your head?" He turned to me, his eyes glassy. "Emily, you deserve someone better." I froze. "What are you talking about?" "You deserve someone who isn't stuck. Someone who has it all figured out. Someone who can give you everything you want." His voice cracked as he pulled his hand away. "And that's not me." My heart pounded in my chest. I wanted to argue, to fight back, but instead, maybe out of fear, maybe out of pride, I whispered the words I would come to regret. "Maybe you're right." The moment the words left my mouth, I saw something break in his eyes. He nodded slowly, as if he had been expecting it. And just like that, our 3-year relationship ended. Not with a fight, not with betrayal, but with two people too afraid to hold on. The days that followed were a blur. I told myself I had made the right choice, that maybe I did deserve someone more confident, someone who could carry me when life got heavy. But late at night, when I was alone in my apartment, I thought about Daniel. About the way he used to hum when he cooked, the way he always carried an extra umbrella for me just in case, the way he loved me quietly but deeply. I tried to move on. Friends set me up on dates. I met men who were charming, successful, confident, but none of them felt like home. None of them made me feel seen the way Daniel did. I laughed at dinners, nodded through conversations, but every time I closed my eyes, I thought of him. Months passed. Then a year. I heard through mutual friends that Daniel had gotten a new job at a tech startup. They said he was doing well, that he seemed happier. I should have been glad for him, but instead, my chest ached. Had I been too quick to agree with him that night? Should I have fought harder for us? The real breaking point came when I saw him again, purely by chance. I was at a coffee shop downtown working on a project when I looked up, and there he was. Daniel, holding a coffee cup, looking just the same but somehow stronger, more confident. Our eyes met, and for a moment, time stood still. He walked over, gave me a polite smile, and said, "Hi, Emily." My throat tightened. "Hi, Daniel. How have you been?" We talked for a few minutes, surface-level stuff. His job, my work, the weather. But beneath the words, I felt everything I had buried come rushing back. I wanted to tell him I missed him, that I had made a mistake, that I should never have let him go. But I couldn't. I saw the wall he had built around himself, the calm distance in his eyes. He had moved on, or at least he was trying to. When he left that day, I sat in the coffee shop long after he was gone, tears streaming down my face. That was when the full weight of my regret hit me. He hadn't left me. I had let him go. 2 years have passed since that rainy night. I'm 29 now, and while life has moved forward, part of me is still stuck in that moment. I still wonder what would have happened if I had grabbed his hand and said, "No, Daniel. I don't want someone better. I want you." But I didn't. And now I live with that choice. Looking back, I realized something important. Love isn't about finding someone perfect. It's about holding on when things get hard, about reminding each other that you're enough, even when the world makes you feel like you're not. Daniel thought I deserved someone better, and I was foolish enough to believe him. The truth is, what I really deserved was the love we had, the kind of love that doesn't come around twice. So here's my lesson, the one I wish someone had told me before. If you love someone, don't let fear, pride, or doubt convince you to let go. Fight for them. Remind them why you chose each other. Because sometimes, agreeing too quickly can cost you everything you didn't know you couldn't live without. And as for me, I still carry Daniel with me in every song on the radio, every sunflower I pass, every rainy Friday evening that reminds me of the night I let him go. I don't know if I'll ever get a second chance, but I do know this. Next time, I won't agree so easily. Next time I'll fight. Because love is worth it.